Hi guys, Irina Bakley here, a licensed relationship therapist from Irina Bakley Counseling LLC.com. And today I want to take a moment to reflect on the importance of trading expectation for appreciation and how it impacts our relationships. So, um, I wanted to take a moment to reflect on and talk about the importance of trading expectation for appreciation because this is something that I've heard on a podcast while we were flying to California over the weekend for a friend's wedding. And I think it was Tony Robbins who talked about why you should trade expectation for appreciation. And so let's just talk about for a second. I think it's a very important topic and subject because we live in such a high expectation society where we um, hold our partners to such high standards, sometimes even higher standards that we hold ourselves to, and it definitely takes a toll and stresses out our significant relationships with our partners. And I wanted to be very honest here, like I always am, and use my personal example from this weekend. We were flying from to California for a friend's wedding, and we did not want to pay for checked-in bags, so we just had two carry-ons with us, my husband and I, and um, on the way there, while we were going through the security people stopped him. And we took like extra 10 minutes, and he had to go through all his toiletries and all his stuff in the bag, and they took out a gel, like a hair gel that he had because it was over 3.4 ounces or whatever that limit is. Um, and I was so frustrated because we just talked about it the day before while we were packing, and I wasn't sure whether I should be taking my perfume and my like other makeup with me because we were not gonna check in bags. And I looked it up like several times because I'm really bad with numbers. And I was like, okay, I think it's 5.4 or 3.4 or 4.4. So then I've established it. Like at the end of the day, yes, it's 3.4 ounces, and it shouldn't be more than that, otherwise we'll have to throw it away. And to my surprise, we go, we are the security guard, stage there, and they they had to throw his very nice hair gel away, and I got so frustrated because we talked about it. And so I was like, so we talked about it, right? So don't you remember, baby? And he was like, well, I didn't think of hair gel as liquid. It just didn't cross my mind. And it just blew my mind. I just lost it. I was so frustrated. I was so angry. I was like, now you have to pay another, $15 once we get there, because we were gonna like get there and then have a rehearsal dinner right away. We wouldn't have even enough time to like stop by pharmacy or whatever, like on our way there, taking Uber to the rehearsal dinner place. And he was just like, it's not a big deal. Like, I'll buy a new gel. Like, don't worry about it. And as I was thinking about it, I think that my expectations were kind of unrealistic and kind of high, because I expect him to know that gel is liquid, right? That gel is something, all your toiletries are subject to this 3.4 ounces requirement. But he didn't think about it. But why? How do I know this? Well, I don't know the exact, 3.4 ounces requirement, but I know that there is a requirement because I travel a lot. I've been traveling. I've been taking, 4, 5, 6 planes every year for the last 12 years since I moved to the States, and love to travel. So on top of that, I take a lot of other planes throughout the year. So I know that, you know, this is kind of part of my life. This is on the back of my mind. I know that there is a restriction on you know, in his situation, he doesn't know because he hasn't traveled much before we met, and it's something that he's getting used to. He didn't have a passport when we met. So I realized that my expectation was unrealistic, and I was getting frustrated. And when I was, and it was, you know, on the surface, it looked like it was a frustration and it was an anger. But as I was thinking about it, it was really on the inside, it was that fear that I was afraid that he's, you know, I will have to be in charge my whole life maybe with him, or that he's, you know, not going to be able to take care of me if I'm kind of not in control. And so just this expectation can destroy relationships. This expectation, if we don't slow down and think about it, this expectation can be something that can be destroying relationships and marriages. And so, you know, instead of focusing on that negative expectation and kind of my desire for him to know everything and to know exactly what are their, you know, airline requirements and things like that, instead I could focus on like how, you know, all the positive things, all the good things that has been going through the trip, like that he's, you know, taking, you know, that he's paying for things for me during the trip, that he's been carrying my baggage, that he's been, you know, giving me a head you know, massage like while we were in the plane. Like all these things that he's been doing good were not on top of my brain and were not making me frustrated, because my brain was focusing on what was going on wrong. And if I didn't slow down and thought about it and took a moment to reflect on it, I would have just, you know, natural focus on what's going wrong. So it's very important for people who are in relationships, for, you know, whether it's relationships with your parents, whether relationships with your significant others, whether relationships with your friends, to really trade this expectation for appreciation, and really train our brain to focus on things that are going well in our environment and in our relationships. I hope this was helpful. Please subscribe to this channel if you like this video, or give me a call. I have a free 15-minute consultation over the phone if you have any questions or would like to work with me, or feel that this, you know, resonates with you and your relationships, and you are thinking about making a change in your marriage and your relationships. Okay, until next time then, bye bye.